In the Democratic Republic of Congo, outgoing President Joseph Kabila's preferred successor is expected to face a credible election challenge in December from two opposition leaders. The final list of candidates has been published by the Electoral Commission, putting Kabila's candidate Emmanuel Shadri against big challengers like Felix Tshisekedi and Vital Kamerhe. Mr. Kabila has ruled since his father was killed in 2001. He agreed last month not to defy term limits by standing for re-election, opening the door to the Central African nation's first democratic transfer of power. Zimbabwe's President Emmerson Mnangagwa has made sweeping changes to the country's top civil service. He retired a batch of long-serving officials and promoted new faces in a break with former President Robert Mugabe. Reports say Mr. Mnangagwa retired 9 senior government officials, including Tubai Mudede, who had served as Registrar General since independence in 1980. The 76-year-old president also appointed 17 other permanent secretaries. President Mnangagwa is under pressure at home and abroad to differentiate his administration from that of his former mentor, Robert Mugabe. Zimbabwean journalist Nigel Yamatumbu joins us now on the program to tell us more. Hello, Nigel.
Yes, always a pleasure to be on the program.
What more can you tell us about the president's decision to reshuffle top ranks of the country's civil service?
Well, really, this is pretty much his way of asserting his authority and asserting his power to really show that there is a new sheriff in town. He is really wanting to be in control of his party and, more importantly, of government. And that means he has to be filling the civil service not only with his allies, but with people that he may deliver. So it is really a balance between meritocracy and kleptocracy. You know, he's still really having those that are loyal to him and those he feel may bring the difference. So it's really just about him asserting his authority and ensuring that he is indeed in charge.
And so you agree then that he's doing this to differentiate his administration from that of his former mentor, Robert Mugabe?
Yes, one would say that, only that they are using the same tactics. They are reading from the same hymn book, essentially. Because what Robert Mugabe used to do, was to fill in government positions with predominantly his cronies, which is what President Mnangagwa has essentially done. Only that he is saying to those that were loyal to Mugabe, because remember, he was fired by Mugabe, and those that were in support of that decision, or those that belonged to the faction that had surrounded itself around Mugabe's wife, should obviously then be hitting the road, should be exiting. So yes, he's doing things a little differently from Robert Mugabe in that he is introducing 1 or 2 technocrats, notably one of a top banker whom has been put in government to be the permanent secretary in the finance ministry. But that is only as far as it gets, because predominantly it's about rewarding his loyalists and, you know, giving it some shred of legitimacy. Perhaps that is the only difference with Robert Mugabe, where he's putting in 1 or 2 technocrats, but by and large it's about politics.
Okay, so what difference can we expect these changes to bring to the civil service?
Not much, if I'm to be really skeptical, considering that you look at someone like the retired Tubai Mudede, who was the Registrar General in the country since 1980, and he had been running elections in this country using a voters' roll, which was deemed locally and internationally. That when that role was moved to the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission, we still had problems with the voters' roll. We still have problems with people, including journalists, internationally renowned journalist Violet Gonda recently was denied a passport. And this was not at the instigation of a person who has been retired, but of the system. So really the issue in Zimbabwe revolves around a competitive authoritarian system, which really Mnangagwa should do more to show that he is really changed and is moving towards a democratic trajectory beyond just removing personalities that were otherwise synonymous with the Mugabe regime. The crisis in Zimbabwe goes beyond personalities, but more systems and a culture of impunity, which Mnangagwa should really do more to show that it has changed.
Nigel, it's always a pleasure speaking with you. Thanks for joining us on the program.
Pleasure.
Still to come on the program. A visually impaired Egyptian couple defy all odds to weave bamboo furniture for a living. Please stay with us.